Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
In breaking news tonight, Local 4 can exclusively confirm the Detroit firefighter behind the wheel of this wrecked rig failed his alcohol test and is being fired.
We first told you about this crash last Wednesday near West Chicago and Dexter. You can see from these pictures the front end is smashed and a window is busted out. A woman riding in the vehicle hit by that fire truck did get hurt, is expected to be okay. Now, to be clear, the firefighter's blood alcohol level was below the legal limit. However, there is a zero tolerance policy within the department, which is why he is being terminated. I've got much more on this breaking news when you join us at 6 for that part of the story.
Prosecutors say he was a teacher and a track coach who turned into a predator.
He falsely presented himself as a chiropractor, that he had the ability to massage that the areas for soreness because of injury.
Shocking charges revealed in a case that's rocked a school community. All right, so this is Nathan Tedford. Right now, he's being held in the Wayne County Jail after being charged with sexual assault of a student who has cognitive delays.
And he works as a teacher at East English Village Preparatory Academy. Erica Erickson is live on the story for us tonight. Erica, what'd you find out?
Well, that teacher's defense attorney says he has a master's degree. He has no criminal history. He's a teacher here, but the prosecutors paint a much different story.
This is a clear case of a teacher grooming a young man in order to touch him allegedly for sexual gratification.
Seen scowling and later looking disappointed when giving a $30,000 cash bond. 54-year-old Nathan Tedford charged with criminal sexual conduct involving coercion in the 4th degree. Tedford, a teacher and track coach at Detroit's East English Village Prep Academy, that is until a student came forward.
Unfortunately, this young man felt he couldn't say anything because he was afraid that he wasn't going to be taken home.
Prosecutors accused Tedford of grooming an 18-year-old student with cognitive delays, pretending to be a chiropractor, luring the teen to his home to massage him. The teen then telling his girlfriend and his mother what happened.
Mr. Tedford did admit to the police he was touching his, I believe, his thigh.
A spokesperson for the district tells Local 4 Tedford had originally been placed on paid leave, but, quote, now that felony charges have been filed, the employee has been placed on unpaid administrative leave pending the outcome of an investigation.
The school year may be out, but I know a lot of educators that educate during the summer.
Well, Mr. Tedford won't be one of them.
During that arraignment, prosecutors expressed deep concern that there may be more victims out there. Now, we did speak with Detroit police. They said they don't know of any more victims at this time, but they're encouraging parents, please speak with your children and call Detroit police with your concerns. Reporting live, Erica Erickson, Local 4.
All right. Thank you, Erica.
Our other top story tonight, in the past 90 minutes, Detroit police cleared the scene of a triple shooting on the city's west side. Now, police tell us 2 women and 1 man were hurt at a home on Braille Street. That's right near the entrance of Rouge Park. All 3 have non-life-threatening injuries. Right now, no arrests have been made, and this investigation is ongoing.
Now to Monroe County, where 2 people were found dead outside of a car on a rural road. You can see the shattered windows in this video from Sky 4. This was near the intersection of Heiss Road and Steffes Road over in Raisonville Township. Now that's just west of Monroe. In a release, the sheriff says detectives are investigating and are confident there's no danger to the community.
We'll take a look at live pictures from the White House right now in Washington, D.C. That's where President Trump is said to have met late this afternoon with the National Security Council in the Situation Room. It's over plans for a potential strike in Iran. NBC's Monica Alba is in Washington for us tonight.
Air raid sirens sound in Jerusalem and Tel Aviv as Israel and Iran exchange new fire for a 5th straight day. President Trump meeting with his top national security advisors today after abruptly leaving the G7 summit to monitor the situation in the Middle East, saying overnight he wants fighting to stop.
And then a real end, not a ceasefire, an end.
Today, he posted the U.S. now has complete and total control of the skies over Iran. And the U.S. knows where the Iranian supreme leader is hiding. But, quote, we are not going to take him out, at least for now. The president, who promised to be a peacemaker and end all foreign wars, has already moved a Navy carrier strike group to the region, and now deciding what role the U.S. will play in this latest eruption overseas. Should the U.S. provide bunker buster bombs to penetrate Iran's nuclear sites built deep underground, or pursue a disarmament deal?
I told them to do the deal. They should have done the deal.
The president says Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon, and today, asked about his own director of national intelligence comments in March.
The IC continues to assess that Iran is not building a nuclear weapon, and Supreme Leader Khamenei has not authorized the nuclear weapons program that he suspended in 2003.
I don't care what she said. I think they were very close to having it.
DNI Tulsi Gabbard insisting she and the president are on the same page. This latest action by President Trump bringing a strong reaction from Capitol Hill, where a bipartisan group of lawmakers is pursuing a resolution that would require the administration to seek congressional approval before going to war in the Middle East. Monica Alba, NBC News, Washington.
And President Trump was set to meet with Ukraine President Vladimir Zelensky before he left the G7, but that meeting was canceled before he left.
A barricaded situation ends at a home on Detroit's east side because it turns out there wasn't anyone barricaded inside.
Yeah, take a look at this. You can see officers smash through the front window. Windows on the upper floors of the house were also smashed. Police aren't telling us much right now, other than the person they're looking for is still on the run.
She's been convicted of 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter. But tonight, the attorney for Jennifer Crumbley says his client doesn't belong behind bars. In a filing, he is asking that Crumbley be given bond while she appeals her conviction. Let's get out to Lauren Kostick. She is live for us this evening on the very latest. So, Lauren, what's the argument here?
Well, Karen, in this motion, her attorney is arguing that Jennifer Crumbley, quote, poses no danger to others. Of course, all of this coming just days after a judge denied the Crumbley's request for new trials. In a request to the Michigan Court of Appeals, the convicted mother of the Oxford high school shooter is now asking to be released on bond while she appeals her conviction. The motion filed Monday claims Crumbley meets the requirements. The attorney writing she's not a threat and her appeal raises a substantial question of law or fact. That question being whether Crumbley had the legal duty to protect the victims in the school. The attorney also arguing that Crumbley's due process rights were violated due to inconsistencies in the prosecution's theories. The motion comes just days after an Oakland County judge denied the parents' request for new trials. Prosecutor Karen McDonald saying now that the jury's verdicts have been reviewed and upheld, it is time to turn our attention away from the Crumbleys and refocus on the Oxford victims. However, the defense doubling down, telling Local 4 this legal battle is just starting. And that attorney also made a special request for the bond motion to be expedited. And Crumbley has remained behind bars since she was first arrested 3.5 years ago. Reporting live tonight, Lauren Kostick, Local 4.
All right. Thank you, Lauren.
All right, now to the weather and live pictures from our downtown sky cam. You know, it's a steamy day with temperatures well into the 80s right now. But the big focus is what's coming tomorrow.
Yes, forward meteorologist Brian Sherman in for Kim Adams this evening. And we have a forewarned weather alert set for tomorrow.
Yeah, that's specifically for tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening, Karen and Demond. We are tracking the potential for strong to severe thunderstorms as we head into our Wednesday. So we have declared a forewarned weather alert to get you ready for what we're expecting heading into tomorrow. Today, though, hot and humid, definitely feeling like summer. 85 degrees here in Detroit, but once you factor in the humidity, heat index values are into the upper 80s to lower 90s, and we will keep the warm and humid conditions into the forecast heading into the overnight. We do have a cold front off to the west that is moving into the state this evening, and it's going to stall out across the region tonight and into tomorrow, and that will be the focal point for our strong to severe thunderstorms as we head into tomorrow. So this will be the big headline heading into tomorrow. Our forewarned weather alert with not one, but possibly 2 rounds of thunderstorms from lunchtime all the way until midnight tomorrow night. I'll break down when the storms move into your neighborhood and what we could see tomorrow. Details in your full forewarned forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Brian, well, lawmakers shocked to hear their names were on the list.